Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to deconstruct something that is honestly absolutely fascinating. We are looking at a professional blueprint, like a literal pitch document that's specifically designed to engineer a 30 to 60 minute viral emotional masterpiece, entirely crafted for a United States audience. We are essentially pulling back the curtain to see exactly how modern digital storytellers manufacture these deeply moving cinematic videos at scale. Okay, let's just dive right into it. Take a look at this quote. It's translated directly from our source material today, which is a service proposal from a professional scriptwriter. And wow, it's a bold, confident promise, right? They aren't just offering to, write a nice story. They are straight up guaranteeing a highly calculated cinematic experience that is specifically designed to grip a viewer for over half an hour. Which brings us to the absolute core of our explainer today. I want you to pose this question to yourself for a second. How exactly do you engineer a 30-minute viral tearjerker? I mean, in an age where we're constantly told that our attention spans are shrinking and short-form scrolling is taking over the internet, how on earth do creators manage to keep audiences completely hooked on a single narrative for the length of a full TV episode? Well, here is how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at the viral pitch itself. Then we'll get into choosing your style, followed by the mechanics of retention. And finally, we'll walk through the actual 5-act blueprint used to structure these massive stories. Section 1. The viral storytelling pitch. So the sheer volume being promised right out of the gate is massive. 30. We are talking about scripts that are 30+ minutes long. This definitely isn't your quick 60-second TikTok story. This proposal is laser targeted at maximizing viewer session time on platforms like YouTube. The writer is offering a long-form, incredibly detailed narrative designed from the ground up to keep a viewer sitting, watching, and emotionally invested for a really extended period of time.
Section 2. Choosing your cinematic style.
Before a single word is even written, this blueprint requires the creator to lock in 3 critical steps. First up, you have to select the style. Second, you determine the length. And third, you lock in the exact emotional tone. It's this highly modular, almost choose-your-own-adventure approach to creativity, which ensures the content is tailored perfectly to maximize viewer retention for that specific channel.
And notice the really stark contrast in the stylistic options they gave you. Option A is the Hollywood emotional drama. So that's focusing on deep emotions and really cinematic dialogue. Option B, though, is the Mr. Beast style, which leans heavily into aggressive, fast-paced retention tactics and incredibly strong hooks. The source actually offers a third option too, which is a warm, faith-based Christmas family movie vibe. So you have to ask yourself, which one would you choose? Deep, slow-burn drama or high-speed virality?
Then, step 2 is the runtime. Creators scale the narrative pretty drastically here. You've got a tight 30 to 35-minute option, a 45-minute option, or an incredibly ambitious 60-minute epic. Taking a basic story idea and expanding it into a detailed cinematic screenplay that spans up to a full hour takes immense structural discipline. That alone makes this service highly specialized.
Finally, step 3 plots out the actual emotional trajectory. The client can essentially dial in the exact psychological flavor they want to serve their audience. Will it be a straight-up, very emotional tearjerker, an inspirational and hopeful piece, or maybe a narrative that features a dark start leading to a powerful, happy ending? The writer is literally providing the exact emotional arc on demand.
Section 3. The mechanics of retention.
Now we're getting into the secret weapon, and that is high retention hooks. The scriptwriter explicitly promises to embed these narrative spikes strategically every 2 to 3 minutes. Because, let's face it, in the world of long-form video, algorithm fatigue is a very real thing. If the pacing drags for even 60 seconds, viewers are going to click away. By manufacturing a brand new narrative spike every few minutes, the script actively fights against the viewer's instinct to leave.
But to sustain those hooks over 30 to 60 minutes, the blueprint demands some incredibly dense, specific ingredients. We're talking full, rich character backstories, like the past life of a homeless man. It mandates atmospheric American settings, like a snowy New York or Chicago right around Christmas. It weaves in emotional dialogues, multiple plot twists, realistic social media reactions, and rich subplots involving side characters like a wealthy woman, a reporter, or a toy store owner. All of this works together to create a deeply engaging world.
Section 4. The 5-act viral blueprint.
Okay, so it all starts with the emotional foundation, our main character. Meet Daniel Carter. He's 58, a former construction worker who lost his family and his home after a terrible tragedy. Immediately, right off the bat, the writer has established this deeply tragic, highly relatable homeless protagonist. We are completely primed for empathy before the actual story even begins. And here is the master structure. Just notice how Daniel's story is perfectly mapped into this highly calculated 5-act timeline. This is what ensures that those high-retention hooks and emotional beats are paced out impeccably across a massive 50-plus minute runtime, maximizing audience engagement at literally every single phase. Let's walk through these acts together.
So Act 1 lasts about 8 to 10 minutes. This is the frozen winter. It establishes the atmospheric stakes. We're in a freezing, snowy American city. Daniel is collecting cans, totally ignored by society. But crucially, the writer introduces a compelling mystery right away. Daniel's hiding a secret coin jar. Bam! That is your first major hook.
Moving into the next 10 minutes, Act 2 gives us the hidden reason. The narrative twists here. Society, and of course by extension the viewer, assumes this homeless man is starving and needs the money for himself. But the script flips those assumptions on their head, revealing he's actually secretly saving for something entirely unexpected. This deepens our emotional investment tremendously.
Then the climax hits in Act 3, right around the 30-minute mark, the Christmas Eve miracle. This scene absolutely cashes in on all that built-up tension with classic, incredibly effective, Christmas-themed emotional hooks. We're talking a toy store, a teddy bear, a crying child, and an overwhelmingly emotional moment where Daniel finally gives his gift. It hits literally all the targeted tearjerker notes promised in the original pitch.
But guess what? This story doesn't end there. To pad out the feature-length runtime and provide a massive payoff, Acts 4 and 5 deliver structured plot points involving social media virality. A bystander records Daniel's act of kindness. Within the world of the story, the video goes viral on TikTok, YouTube, the local news stations. This whole meta-viral ending leads to millions of people being touched, massive donations rolling in, and an unexpected reunion, giving the audience an incredibly cathartic, powerful happy ending.
Honestly, what is truly wild to me is how this incredibly deep, complex, emotional narrative structure is ultimately boiled down to a simple, everyday transaction. The writer's call to action to the client is just this: reply with a code like A plus 45 minutes to receive your customized cinematic script. You literally just text a formula and you receive an engineered tearjerker in return. It's wild.
Which leaves us with this final thought to consider today. This blueprint is undoubtedly an incredibly effective service guide for producing high-quality storytelling content, but it really does raise a pretty big question. In the age of algorithms, retention graphs, and manufactured viral hooks, is human emotion just another metric to be engineered? Think about that the next time you find yourself tearing up at a 40-minute video on your feed. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I hope this breakdown was as fascinating for you as it was for me.